Hi, I see Lindsay. I see. All right. So this week, I don't, this week was actually, I think, the second biggest week for our team in 2019, which was crazy in terms of volume for our team. So that is just crazy. I think it was a coupling of, obviously a new program launched, a new product with the new vegan beach bars, and then we had the Black Friday sale that was just incredible. And then there was just, the sale in November. There was just like, it was just like the perfect storm. So it was really fun to see this week. So you guys pretty much, I think everybody knows like all the things that's coming up. So I'm not going to go over all that. I'm going to let you sort of take the floor, Caroline. I'm going to just kind of give a quick intro for those of you that don't know Caroline. She became a coach in January of this year. And we started talking last November. I think she joined in last November. And we met on Instagram, which is just like crazy to me because I feel like half my team are like half of my personally sponsored coaches are people I met on social media. It's just the craziest thing. So anyway, fast forward to now, and she's just had a really great year. And this week she signed how many coaches? 5?
I think I signed 7 at this point.
7 coaches. Okay. So 7 coaches in, I don't know, 5 days, something insane. So I asked her to come on here and offer her, like, sort of give us her, what the heck are you doing? Like, what is it? And I know there's not one thing, it's lots of things, but I asked her to sort of narrow it down to, a handful of things, like a few things that she thinks has really attributed to her growth in this last week, because she's like this close to hitting diamond, which is obviously your next, like that's sort of like your big milestone. Yes, you want to hit emerald, like, pretty quickly, but diamond's going to be like your next thing. And she's like literally this close. So I'm going to let you take it away and talk about like what you think has really played like such a pivotal role in getting to where you are this week. So
thank you very much. Thank you very much, Blake. It is an honor to be able to speak on this team call. It's one of those things where I'm always really excited to be able to just be in a team call and to listen to all of the wisdom and to take down notes and just try to absorb as much as I can in the hopes of just continuing to be better. And so when you asked me if I would like to speak on the call today, I was very humbled and very honored. And it's one of those things where you kind of look forward to different little milestones and stuff in your journey. And this is one of the things that I was like, no, me, like there's no hope. And so I'm really excited that I have an opportunity to be on here today. So thank you first and foremost for asking. And so I was asked to share about the things that have allowed me to sign up so many coaches in such a short period of time. So I have done this once before. Back in August, there was a lot of really great stuff going on with Beachbody, and I'd signed a lot of people up at that time onto my team, and I was really excited for all of the things that meant. And I realized at that time, I think that was just a fluke. Like it was just a really good time. It wasn't anything specific I was doing, but I felt like I could always do that because it was easy. This time I was very intentional about it. I knew what was coming. I know what's coming up next year, and I know where I'm at in my own health journey. And so there were 3 things, 1, 2, and 3, that really made a big difference for me. So the first thing that has made all the difference for me in building my team and bringing people on and signing coaches is following up with people. I know it seems really random, but actually following up with people and seeing where they're at in their journey and asking questions and seeing how they're doing makes all the difference. And you hear that and it seems logical, like, of course, obviously, but it's really scary to follow up with people because there's this fear that they are going to be upset. There is this fear that they're going to judge you. There is just a lot of fear, and there's no control. You have no control over what that person is going to say or think or feel. And so for me, I was very vulnerable, and I didn't really like that. Even though I'm outgoing and I love people, I didn't want to bother anybody. So I started thinking, there are a lot of people that would really succeed that have kind of been saying, oh, I'm not really sure, maybe, I don't know, check again with me later. I'm actually going to check with those people. And so I sent Blake a picture. I wrote down 20 or 25 people, and I thought, all of these people have told me before that they were interested, but it wasn't the right time. So I'm going to message them again. And I followed up with them in a way that was authentic to me. So I've always had, on our team, I've always been very thankful that there are a lot of people that are very generous and willing to share. So I've always had things I could copy and paste and plug in and send over, and that was always easy. But it was never me saying it. And so I took some time to write out the same thing I would say to you in person. So my message went something to the effect of, and I've sent it to everybody on my team who's coaching, so I'm like, this was really good. Make it your own though. I know that we've talked a lot in the past about your health and wellness and your fitness journey, and it was never the right time. But I think right now is your time. There are these deals and offers going on right now, and it is an amazing opportunity for you. And I think you should get in on this now, because this isn't going to be here in 1 or 2 or 3 months, and you deserve to feel good, and you deserve to do that right now. So I made sure to reach out to them and tell them that, because I kept assuming that they would know, and oh, they'll get in touch with me when they want to. But then this was reminding them that I have been thinking about them and just kind of waiting for the right time. And then I thought, that's ridiculous. This is, every time is the right time. So there was a national wake up call a few weeks back, and Kate Schultz was on, and something she said really resonated with me. And the national wake up calls are a call every week that is on the Team Beachbody 411 Facebook page. And they bring people on to help inspire and motivate and just kind of show what is possible with the business. And they always have really great advice. And so she said, you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. And I thought, oh my gosh, all of these people on this list are the right people. So if I can't say the wrong thing, then there's no fear. I don't have to worry. They're not, if it's right for them, it's never going to be wrong what I say. That gave me a lot of confidence. So I walked in with a lot of confidence. So that is the first key, was following up and not being afraid. I have notes. I'm just going to scroll up on my screen. The second thing that made a big difference for me was break the mold. So I kind of touched on this a little bit with the first point, but I have had a lot of opportunity and lots of different people that I've been able to learn from and listen to and get inspiration from. And everything that they say is good. But I hadn't realized that I was really just trying to do exactly what they were saying. Oh, this is what I do. Oh, okay, I'm going to do that. But I was never giving it my own flair. It was never me. It was always like, it was what they would do. And that is really, really good for them. But that's not authentic to who I am. And so I started working on that and making sure that everything I was doing was me, because the people who were on my team are wanting to hear from me. And so they want to hear it the way that I want to say it and with my own perspective. And so that was the second thing, was just remembering who I am as a coach and making sure that that came through in what I was saying and how I was presenting and how I was offering my advice and suggestions. And the third thing that has been really pivotal for me is personal development. And so again, everything that I've seen and heard and listened to and learned about has always talked about the importance of personal development. And I love reading and I love learning, and I never expect to know everything, because how could you? But I love learning as much as I can. And so reading and developing has never been an issue for me. I got really busy and I kind of forgot. And I got really excited and passionate about Beachbody, and I kind of forgot to do my development. And so a few weeks back, my kids were begging me to go to the library because we're a family of readers. And I thought, fine, we'll go. And so I went, and I thought, well, maybe I'll go look at books too. I've got some stuff at home, but we'll see what's there. I went to the library and just sat in the personal development aisle. And this is what I always do. I look at all of the books and I see which one kind of jumps out at me. And then I take, and I've probably got a stack this high of books, 20, 30 bucks, whatever. And I'll go sit in the chair while the kids are doing their thing. And I will look through each and every one, and I'll read a few pages just randomly and see what's speaking to me at that time. And so this is how I used to do personal development. But then everybody in network marketing land talks about, oh, these are really good books. This is a must read. So that's what I was doing before, was making up a list this year. And so again, authentically me meant just looking and finding what spoke to me. And so I did that. And it's kind of funny. I'll show you the book that I picked up. And I'm not endorsing it. I don't have it's the library copy. So don't rush out. I'm keeping it for an extra 3 weeks. But it is called How to Be a Boss by Lilly Singh. And the funny thing is that she right now is kind of all the rage. I had no idea. So I've been reading this book now for a few weeks, and you see my really fancy bookmark, right? Like I'm pretty well, almost halfway through. The short chapters, so it's really good for people like me with lots of distractions and little kids. And my husband had something streaming on YouTube, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, and our guest today is Lilly Singh. And I was like, what? What are the odds? I said, pause it for a second. So I pulled my book up because it's beside the couch by the TV. I said, look, this is Lilly Singh too. And my husband was like, that's cool. I was like, it's the book I'm reading right now. He's like, yeah, she's on everything right now. And I was like, whoa, I'm on top of a trend without even meaning to. I am so inherently cool by accident. Like, it was really funny because it's just, I'm not a cool person, but I fell upon that by accident. So this book has been great because the subtitle, so it's How to Be a Boss, and the subtitle is A Guide to Conquering Life. And it just spoke to me in such an authentic way. And so I've been reading through that, and a lot of the advice that she's given to me has really resonated, and it's just kind of mirrored all the other stuff that I've been learning for the last year. And so it's just kind of been cementing those different principles and things into my mind, and it's fresh and from a person that I am able to hear it from really well. So personal development is key. And those are the things that have really helped propel me in the last 5 days to add 7 new coaches onto my team. I have somebody who I'm looking off screen because my phone, and I never do this, by the way, my phone is over here, and somebody is coming by tonight to sign up as well. So it's going to be 8 coaches in 5 days. When it rains, it pours, guys. I don't know what to say. It's like when you hire, so there are a lot of people in the music industry, and they make records and they write songs and they do hard work. Like, I think of Pharrell, right? He was a musician for years and was really successful doing songwriting and whatever. And then all of a sudden, something just clicked for him. And he propelled from just being this artist with, somewhat of a fan base to just like superstar. All of a sudden, it was a very quick transition for him. And I mean, I'm obviously not a superstar right now as far as rank is concerned, but I feel like this is that moment in my life where things have just all of a sudden clicked, and everything is just kind of making a lot more sense. And I want to keep the momentum of that going, and I'm going to continue doing that by keeping up with my personal development, keeping up with following up with the people that have shown interest, and doing it in a way things that will just continue my path. So those are my tips.
I love that. I think that's awesome. I think one of the big things for you too, and I was listening to a podcast this morning, and it totally applies to you too, is this person, she was saying, I knew like 5 different Beachbody coaches already. I knew them really well. They were my friends from high school. But when it came time to sign up, like, they weren't consistent. Like, I didn't see them showing up every day on social media. I didn't see them like doing the programs, getting results. Like, she's like, but this girl I had met at like a party that I didn't even really know, I signed up with her because she kept showing up and she was consistent. And I was like, well, I want to work with somebody who's consistent and showing up. And I think that's exactly with you too, that it was all like the perfect storm. Like the follow-up would not have had as much impact had you not been showing up every day being like, I'm doing it. I'm showing you that I'm the proof of the product. So I think that's a huge thing too. And I also loved the, I think we all get a little lost when we become a coach because you're scared. Your head's on a swivel and you don't know where to start, and it can be really overwhelming. And so we reach for the sort of life preserver, so to speak, of, let's just, somebody gave me this script, I'm just going to use it. But if it doesn't sound and feel like you, one, you're going to feel icky, and it won't feel authentic, and it doesn't sound like you. Like that's why I like to voice message people, because I'm like, if you don't like me because I cuss, then we probably aren't going to work out. Like, and if you don't like, like you find your people, but I totally understand. Like what I would say would probably never work for like somebody else, So anyway, I thought those were awesome points.
I'm just on a team call. Sorry, I'll just be a couple more minutes. Sorry, my special guest has arrived. I'm still paying attention.
Oh, it's okay. Does anybody have any? I see there's a chat. Oh, Karen says her computer doesn't have a microphone. That's okay. Do you guys have any questions for Caroline and what she's been doing? Because I think that's like, well, here's my question. So like when you followed up with them, obviously you followed up with them about like, starting their health and fitness journey, right?
Yes.
So how did you transition that into the coaching opportunity? How'd that work?
That's actually so much easier than I ever gave it credit for. So with respect to the coaching opportunity, I think everybody should try it for a month. And the reason I say that is because it gives you an opportunity, first and foremost, with a program launch like Bark Fitness, where it's low impact, high intensity. It gives you access to those workouts VIP before it officially launches. That's huge. It gives you a chance to try everything. So that's 2 points. The third point is because it's free, there's no risk. Fourth, if you like any of the products going forward into month 2, it gives you that discount, which is huge. It's win-win-win. Like there's no reason not to. And I have a lot of experience canceling everything. So I also tell everybody, and anybody on my team can attest to this, I tell everybody the moment they sign up, here's the thing, there is no obligation for anything. Give it a spin. If you don't love it, I am really good at canceling. I am an expert with customer service. I can get it done for you in 5 seconds, where it might take you 2 hours. So just, if you really don't like something, honestly, please let me advocate for you and get that done. So that is the way that I present it. I present it as a no risk, no obligation opportunity. And then if it doesn't work out, I got your back. I'm down. I set reminders in my phone. I got you. So that's the way that I handle that.
And I think even now too, with the fact that when you sign up, you get those 3 $10 off promo codes, like right off the bat. And so you can literally make back your investment in like the first month that you're a coach. And literally, so you get everything for free. Everything, literally everything for free.
That's right.
You could potentially make it all back. So it's like, it's even more of like a win-win, or you could even get a portion of it paid for by
that's right.
getting somebody else to be like, do you want to do it with me? Like have an accountability partner in person do it with you. So there's like this whole another level besides the zero risk. There's no buy-in. There's no, all this stuff. Like you don't have to buy products. You don't have to keep inventory. You don't have to deal with returns and shipments, like any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And you get a discount. So it's a no-brainer. I was telling Lindsay and Julie too, like you also get with that crazy ultimate portion fix at checkout when you add it on to the bar blend, it's 60% off. And then you get an additional 25% off if you sign up as a coach at the same time. It's like, it's insane.
Take all the free stuff that they give you, because right now is the time. Like it's ridiculous right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Anyways, yes.
and I think, yeah, going forward, it's the same. You like it's the same approach, even without having that early VIP access for like those 16 days, and
Mm-hmm.
especially now with the longer lead time
Mm-hmm.
too. Like, get the discount and get it early too. But I love that. Do you guys
That's how I
have
do it.
questions for
Are you still on the
Caroline
phone?
at all?
I am still on the phone. Can you, I'm talking to you now though. Can you enter your information?
She's very busy and has to sign another coach here.
How often does that happen?
Yeah, it's awesome. All right. Well, if nobody has any other questions, or Caroline's going to be diamond in like a second, so watch her fly. It's insane because she also had said, yeah, and we haven't talked about this between us, but she had said in a Voxer to me that she, like, you were like wondering if coaching was really like for you.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I wasn't sure. And even like, because this year was, sorry, I am multitasking, but listening to you fully. So this was my time to renew my subscription, right? And I looked at it and I thought, I haven't had any of the success milestones that I planned to have. And to be fair, I wasn't really hitting it too hard either. So you don't get what you don't work for. And Blake and I've talked about that before. And I just thought, this might just not be for me, and that's okay. I still love the program. I'm still happy with the people. I'll still do challenge groups with people. I won't have to run them. Like, in my mind, I'd kind of resolved to not really doing it. And then I thought, but I love this. So why wouldn't I keep doing it if I love it this much? It doesn't really make sense just to stop. And what's the harm in trying, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. So I wanted to really give it my all, and this is week 1, 5 days in of my all. So watch out, ladies. It's gonna get crazy.
I love it. See, and we feed off of each other. So like Caroline, watching her, I'm not gonna lie, I've been honest, I think, with a lot of you, that like I was kind of in a funk, come summer,
Honestly,
just in a funk.
Do you want the whey or the vegan?
I don't know, this last week with Caroline hitting all these goals, I was like, well, dang, I should be doing it too. So
the whey I
decided to go for it.
So if you've got issues with dairy, it could bother you.
But anyway, okay. I'll let you guys. Somebody. Oh, Ashley wrote, our definition of success can change. Yeah, and then I've had conversations with Ashley about that too. Like, rank, money, all that isn't necessarily everybody's end goal, and it doesn't have to be by any means. Like, your
100%. This is 100%, right? And I think that's the other thing about my journey with Beachbody that's unique, is that I didn't sign up as a coach because I wanted to make money. I signed up as a coach because I really wanted to bring people with me in this journey and help me stay accountable in a challenge group. It's never been about money. And so when you're not working, when your incentive is money, and that makes sense, right? So I've had to kind of switch the way that I thought about it, because this is exactly the point. For me, the success isn't financial. The success is in the camaraderie of the challenge group. And so when people see that I still do this after a year and it's positively impacted my life, then they start thinking, oh, she's got some street cred. Let's bring people, let's join her. It looks like she's having a great time. Let's do this. And I've had a whole year of learning the programs too. So I've learned a lot more about what works for people. Where I tried to offer advice before, I didn't really have a lot, and I was relying on other people. I'm pointing over here because Blake is here on my screen, and Julie's over here, and Lindsay's over there. It's like the Brady Bunch. So I relied on all y'all to give me all the information I needed. But I've learned over the last year a lot about the programs, and I've done a lot more of the programs. So I've gained knowledge, and I've gained the information from everybody wherever you are on your screens. And that's made a big difference too. Like, our community, this team is such an incredible resource, and it's just really nice to be a part of that team. And so having that same appreciation and just wanting to bring more people into that is kind of where I'm hitting right now. So I agree with you though. It totally depends on your definition of success. So figuring that out is big too.
Yeah. I bet you if we all did our GEMS test or the
I'm back to you.
the
Okay,
Enneagram
sorry.
I
test,
can come back.
it would all
We're almost
it would
done.
all show that too.
I apologize.
Don't
I have to send you this
All
email
right.
first. Do you want
The
portion
chat,
fixed
Ashley.
containers
Oh, yeah.
too? That's
Oh, your
the
chats.
flip
Anybody
side
else?
of it.
Anybody?
They're like $8 for the containers. I would recommend.
This was an awesome, I
Comes
think,
with
super
instructions of how many of
efficient.
each
And,
I give you that. Yep.
Okay, yep, sure.
um,
I'm gonna keep shopping then.
I'm muting Caroline for a second. Are you back? Sorry, you're back.
That's okay. Look, I can mute myself too.
Does anybody have any questions?
They love me. I don't know why they put up with me.
Well, you are amazing. Thank you for hopping on and doing this call. I'm going to post this recording in the team page. And then I'm hoping to put up, I haven't done like leaderboards and whatnot in like 3 months. So I will do that.
Yeah, I want my picture splashed everywhere. I'm just kidding.
Oh, it will be.
I'm just kidding. You know I'm joking. It's totally fine. Are we gonna take a boomerang where I actually can move this time instead of just awkwardly smiling for the whole 5 seconds?
Yes. I have to change there's my gallery view.
It is always fun watching you guys post those, just saying.
Ashley.
There's Lindsay.
Come on.
All right, y'all.
Show us
Bring
your
your pictures up on here. Come on, Karen. Ashley, just show your video for like 3 seconds. We got to take a video or a boomerang. There's one. All right, Karen. No pressure.
No. Karen, you there, Karen?
Come on, Karen.
I gotta move my.
There's my
There
girl.
you are.
There she is.
Like I wasn't planning on
fab.
showing my face.
It's okay. She looks beautiful all the time. You can't get a bad picture of that one.
All right,
That's the
everybody
truth.
smile.
Oh, wait, hold on. Mine sucked. Hold
Oh, Julie, come
Ready?
on.
on. 1, 2, 3.
I love watching these get posted. Very humbling. Just heads up. The good news is I was moderately prepared this.
All right, ladies, you have an awesome night, and I will catch you tomorrow.
Thanks very
Thank
much.
you.
All right, thanks,
Take care,
I can't wait
guys.
for the replay so I can take notes. That was amazing.
I know, right? It was
Really-
really good. It was like a national
I'm
week.
driving. Sorry.
Drive safe, you.
I'm parked now.
Okay, good. I was like, I don't want to see a story about
that's
how
why you're
this
in the
ended
dark.
poorly.
It was
I
a great
almost forgot
boomerang.
about this. I forgot to put this in my calendar, so thankfully, like, it popped into my head. So I thought I was late, and I was like just at the beginning.
You're like,
I'm
"Oh,
glad
perfect."
that you made it. Thank you
Me
for
too.
tuning in. You guys are the best. I appreciate you all
Yay.
so much.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
guys.
Good night.
See you later.
Bye.